Welcome to English Box, Easy English with Julia and Tom. This channel is all about helping you build English into your daily life, a little bit at a time. I'm Julia, and I'm really glad you're here with us today.
And I'm Tom. We're happy you joined us, especially because today's topic is something most people think about often, but don't always feel comfortable discussing.
That's right, money, how we earn it, how we save it, and how we plan our finances.
A topic many people like to avoid until the end of the month arrives and reality suddenly wakes them up.
That familiar moment when we open our bank app, take a deep breath, and quietly tell ourselves, okay, everything is under control. But don't worry, this is not a finance lesson. There will be no difficult numbers and no one will ask you about your salary, I promise.
Instead, we'll focus on simple, real-life English you can use when talking about money. Things like daily spending, saving for the future, and personal plans. You'll hear easy ways to say you're trying to save more, how to talk about a budget, and how to explain your financial goals clearly.
We'll speak slowly and clearly so you can listen and practice anywhere, while walking, resting, or maybe pretending you're not thinking about your monthly expenses.
You can just listen quietly, or you can repeat the sentences with us. And if you don't understand everything, that's perfectly fine. Your English is still growing in the background.
Our aim is to help you feel more confident using English in real conversations, even when the topic feels a bit serious.
Because talking about money doesn't need to feel stressful. It can be simple, practical, and honest.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English through calm, natural conversations like this, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep creating lessons like this for you.
All right, get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's start talking about money, saving, and personal plans.
Money and daily awareness.
Julia, let's start gently. When people hear the word money, they often feel nervous. So, how do you feel about money these days?
Honestly, a little more calm than before. I still think about money often, but now it feels more manageable. Manageable means something you can handle without feeling overwhelmed.
That's a good word. For me, money sometimes feels a bit confusing. I know I should be responsible, but I don't always know where my money actually goes.
Same here. I used to check my bank app and think, wow, I don't remember buying that. That's when I realized awareness is important.
Awareness is a great word. It means really noticing something, not just guessing. When I became more aware of my spending, I saw many small costs adding up.
Exactly. Those small costs are often called expenses. An expense is anything you spend money on: coffee, food delivery, or subscriptions you forgot about.
Oh, yes, forgotten subscriptions. They quietly take your money every month like polite thieves.
Very polite. They don't even say goodbye. But joking aside, understanding expenses helped me feel more in control.
Control is important. For me, money stress usually comes from uncertainty. Uncertainty means not knowing what will happen next.
That's very true. When money feels unclear, our mind fills the gap with worry. That's why people talk about having a financial plan.
A financial plan sounds serious, but really it's just having an idea: how much you earn, how much you spend, and what you want to save.
Right. And saving doesn't mean becoming boring. Saving simply means keeping some money for future needs or peace of mind.
Peace of mind is a great phrase. When I saved a little emergency fund, I felt less stressed about small problems.
That's a perfect example of security. Security means feeling safe, not rich.
I like that. So if you're listening, here's a simple question for you. How do you feel about money right now?
You can say, I feel a bit stressed about money these days. Or even, I'm learning to manage my money better and feel more in control.
You can also say, I'm trying not to worry too much about money. Or, money has been on my mind lately.
Talking about money starts with honesty, not perfection.
And just like English, money gets easier when you face it calmly, one small step at a time.
Income and expenses.
Julia, let's talk about money. The part where it comes in and the part where it quickly goes out. For you, where does your money usually come from?
Mostly from my job. I work as a reporter, so my main income is my salary. Income just means the money you receive regularly, hopefully more than once a month. Sometimes I also get small extra income from freelance writing, which feels like a nice bonus.
That's great. My money mainly comes from my full-time work as well. I like the word stable income. It means you can rely on it, even if it's not exciting. Now, if you're listening, it's your turn to practice. You can say, I get my money from my job. Or, my main income comes from my work. Or, I earn money from my job and some small side work. Or even, I have a full-time job and I also earn a little extra from freelance work.
Okay, Tom, next question. What do you spend money on the most?
Honestly, food. And not fancy food, just regular meals that somehow add up. To spend means where your money goes, and sometimes it leaves very quietly. Rent is also a big expense for me. An expense is something you pay for again and again.
Same here. My main expense is housing, and after that, groceries and coffee. Coffee feels small, but somehow it has a very strong personality in my budget. Now it's your turn. You can say, I spend most of my money on food. Or, my main expense is rent. Or, I spend money on daily things like food and transport. Or, a lot of my money goes toward basic living costs.
Julia, is there anything you feel you spend too much on?
Yes, online shopping when I'm tired. When you say you spend too much, it means you notice the money but don't feel very happy about it later. I sometimes buy things that feel exciting for 5 minutes and confusing for 5 months.
I understand that very well. For me, it's eating out when I'm busy. Convenience is nice, but it's not very kind to my wallet. Now, practice time. You can say, I spend too much on eating out. Or, I feel I spend too much on small things. Or, I'm trying to be more careful with my spending. Or even, I'm learning to control my spending and make better choices.
Last question, Tom. What helps you control your spending?
Awareness helps a lot. Awareness means noticing what you do without judging yourself too hard. I also try to pause before buying and ask, do I really need this?
That's a good habit. I try to plan my spending for the week. To control spending doesn't mean saying no to everything. It just means choosing more intentionally.
And that's a great mindset. Money habits don't need to be perfect. They just need to be honest and realistic.
Exactly. When you can talk about money calmly in English, you're not just learning words, you're talking about real life. Saving and financial habits.
Julia, let's talk about saving money. Be honest. Do you usually save money or is it more hopeful saving?
I do save, but not perfectly. For me, saving means keeping some money for the future, even if it's a small amount. I like the feeling of having a little financial cushion, which is extra money for unexpected situations.
That sounds very responsible. I try to save too, but when life feels stressful, saving is the first thing I forget. It's hard to think about the future when today already feels expensive.
That's very real. Right now, what are you saving money for?
I'm saving for peace of mind. Not something exciting like a trip, just knowing I can handle surprises. That's what a financial cushion really gives you. Less stress.
I like that answer. I'm saving for a mix of things: future plans, learning, and a bit of security. Saving doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be quiet and steady.
Do you have a regular saving habit, or does it change month to month?
I try to be consistent. Discipline helps, and discipline just means doing something even when it's not fun. Some months are better than others, but I don't quit completely.
I admire that. My saving habit is a little irregular. Some months I save, and some months online shopping happens.
Ah, yes, impulse spending. That's when you buy something suddenly without planning, usually because it feels good for 5 minutes.
Exactly. And then your bank account quietly judges you.
So true. What makes saving difficult for you?
For me, it's emotional spending. When I'm tired or stressed, I want comfort, and sometimes that comfort costs money.
I understand that. Saving isn't just about numbers, it's also about feelings. Awareness helps, noticing why you spend, not just how much.
Now, if you're listening, it's your turn to practice with us. When someone asks, "Do you usually save money?" you can say, "I try to save a little."
Or you can say, I save when I can, but not every month.
Or a longer answer, "I'm trying to build a small financial cushion for the future."
Now try this question. What are you saving money for? You can say, I'm saving for emergencies.
Or, "I'm saving for something important to me."
Or, I'm saving so I feel more secure and less stressed.
Remember, saving doesn't need to be perfect. One small habit is better than no habit.
Exactly. Awareness first, progress comes later, little by little. Personal financial planning. Tom, let's talk about personal financial planning. That already sounds a little scary, doesn't it?
A little, yes. When I hear financial plan, I imagine a huge spreadsheet that I open once and never open again.
Same here. But a financial plan is really just a simple idea of how you want to use your money. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly. For me, a good plan is something I can actually follow, not something that disappears by February.
So, do you have a personal financial plan right now?
I do, but it's very basic. I know my main expenses and I try to save a little each month. That's enough for me.
I'm similar. I plan month by month. Planning monthly helps me focus on my priority, which means what matters most right now.
That makes sense. My priority this year is feeling less stressed about money, not becoming a financial genius overnight.
How far ahead do you usually plan? Monthly or yearly?
Mostly monthly. Yearly plans sound nice, but life changes. I prefer something flexible.
Same. Long-term goals are important, but I like short-term plans. Long-term means thinking far into the future, while short-term is about now or the next few months.
And short-term plans feel less heavy. They don't make me panic.
What is one financial goal you have this year?
My goal is to build more stability. Stability means feeling safe and steady, like you can handle surprises without stress.
That's a great goal. Mine is to save a little more and spend with more intention, not just because something is on sale.
Now, if you're listening, it's your turn to practice. When someone asks, "Do you have a financial plan?" you can say, "My plan is very simple."
Or you can say, I plan my money month by month.
Or a longer answer, "I don't have a strict plan, but I know my priorities."
Let's try this one. When asked, what is your financial goal this year? You can say, I want to save more.
Or, "My priority is feeling more stable with money."
Remember, planning is not about control, it's about calm.
A simple plan you can follow is always better than a perfect plan you avoid.
Exactly. Money feels lighter when your plan feels realistic. Money, feelings, and mindset. Now, let's slow down a little and talk about how money actually feels, because money is not only numbers, it's also emotions, habits, and thoughts we carry every day.
Exactly. You can have the same income as someone else and feel completely different about money. That's why we talk about money mindset, how you think and feel about money, not just how much you have.
So, Tom, how do you usually feel about money? Calm, worried, or mixed?
Honestly, mixed. Some days I feel calm and in control. Other days I open my banking app and suddenly feel very alert. Mixed means you feel both okay and worried at the same time.
I understand that. For me, I feel calmer when I have a plan, even a simple one. Calm doesn't mean rich, it means feeling a bit more security, like you can handle small surprises.
Now, if you're listening, it's your turn to practice. When someone asks, "How do you usually feel about money?" you can say, "I feel okay about money most of the time." Or, "I feel a bit worried about money sometimes, especially at the end of the month." Or, "I feel mixed about money, calm on some days, stressed on other days."
Next question. What causes you the most stress about money, Tom?
Unexpected expenses. When something breaks or life suddenly says, "Surprise," that creates pressure, which means feeling pushed or worried inside.
For me, stress comes from uncertainty, not knowing what's coming next. But talking about it already makes it feel lighter.
Your turn again. You can say, "Unexpected costs stress me out." Or, "I feel pressure when I don't know my expenses." Or, "Money stress comes from not feeling prepared."
Now, a gentle question. What small change could help you feel better about money?
For me, checking my spending once a week instead of avoiding it. Small steps reduce fear.
I like that. For me, it's saving a little regularly. Even a small amount gives peace of mind, which means feeling mentally relaxed.
Try it. You can say, "I want to save a little each month." Or, "I want to track my spending better." Or, "One small change could help me feel calmer about money."
Last question. How do you want to feel about money 1 year from now?
I want to feel more confident and less stressed.
And I want to feel stable and at ease. Remember, progress with money, like English, happens gently.
One honest sentence is enough. That's already a great start. Well, Julia, today we didn't talk about becoming rich or perfect with money. We talked about real life, spending, saving, planning, and how money makes us feel.
And remember, you don't need complicated words or perfect plans. Simple English and small steps are already enough.
Here's a gentle challenge for you. Say one sentence about your money habit or goal.
For example, I want to save a little more, or I want to feel calmer about money.
If you feel comfortable, write your sentence in the comments. It's great practice, and you're not alone.
If this episode helped you, please like it and subscribe to the channel.
Thanks for spending this time with us.
Take care of yourself and your money, one small step at a time. See you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.